Hello there. Uh, I stopped by Sally's Beauty Supply today. The main reason for going in there was to pick up some of this. I've been looking at this or looking for this for quite a while. And I could have got it online, but I like local if I can get it. I don't do a lot of online purchases. When I do, I try to purchase a lot at one time because otherwise you're paying just as much to ship something to you as you are to buy it in the first place. So, but anyway, my barber told me I could get this at Sally's Beauty Supply, so I went there today, ostensibly just to pick up the barbicide. While I was there, I thought I would, look around. I had seen on the Frugal Wet Shaver a post by a gentleman who said, he just got his first bottle of Pinaud Clubman, and there was another guy that posted on that post that Sally's Beauty Supply had a 12.5 ounce bottle for like $7. So I thought, while I'm in there, just as well look for some Pinaud Clubman since I've never tried this either. And this was on sale for $6.29. While I was there, I got a couple of other things too. They had these Personna blades. I don't know if these are the Med Blue or whatever they are, but they're Personas. It says Personna double-edged stainless steel blades, comfort coated. And I saw this while I was there. Little Marvy shaving brush. It's a cheap, real cheap boar brush. The plastic handle is the that kind of cheap, clear plastic that looks like recycled milk jugs or whatever, and just a paper label on it says Marvy on it and all that. So, I mean, it was $5, $4.99, $4.96, something like that. And I thought, hey man, little Marvy brush, why not? So I thought this evening I would do a shave with most of the products that I got from Sally's. The Marvy brush, the Personna blades, and top it off with Pinaud Clubman. You can see I never even opened this bottle. So I thought, what could be more fitting for a shave I'm going to top off with Pinaud Clubman than Stirling Clubman. So we'll go with Stirling Clubman. And for the razor, excuse me while I get it. I'm going to go with my Long Comb New. So let me load up a blade real quick. Yes, this is actually real time. Oh. The Long Comb New that I'm using is probably one of, if not the most favorite double-edged razor I've ever used. They're just extraordinarily smooth and close, comfortable shavers. And so, alright, let me wet my Marvy brush to get my soap. let's see what this little brush is all about. By the way, the brush doesn't have any kind of boar smell or anything like that to it. Just a no scent really to speak of. I can say that it is making it's making short work of this sample puff of Stirling Clubman shave soap. You can see right there, that's what's left of the soap. And I'm sure that means that it's peeled off little bits and pieces. That's something that I have noticed about the Stirling samples, is that they tend to begin to break off in little pieces. I'm going to put some more water in my brush. They tend to break off in little pieces when they get toward the end. So, not something that I particularly like, but it was a sample puck, and it wasn't very expensive, and it's a wonderful soap, a wonderful lather, and if you look there, but I mean, I'm not really doing a review of this brush. This is a very, very cheap brush. I don't think I would recommend it. Now, if you don't have any other option and you want to get into wet shaving and you need a brush and you can't find one anywhere else, you know, your Sally's Beauty Supply might have one of these, and it seems to be working well. All right. I just bought it, you know, kind of on an instinct, just kind of, because I thought it was kind of neat. So, but anyway, love the Stirling soaps. Brush feels pretty good on my face. It's actually, no escapee. It's actually not very scritchy. Got a wonderful backbone to it for what it is. That was perfectly satisfactory. But you know, I learned a long time ago when I first started this, you see a lot of guys on TV and or not on TV, on the shave forums on YouTube and places like that. I guess that's almost like television, you know. But you see a lot of YouTubers, a lot of the Facebook pages, and a lot of the forums, you know. The wet shave community there's a lot of guys. They got the $200 and $300 brush and the custom razors and handles and expensive soaps and all kind. Listen, I'm not knocking none of that. I don't have expensive brushes and stuff like that, and my most expensive soap is like $18, but you know, with guys, part of the thing for us is our hobbies. We like to spend money on our hobbies. So I'm not knocking anybody for that. And if I had more, I'd spend more. And I'm just being honest. But you really don't have to have all of that. You can wet shave. There's another hair off of that brush. You can wet shave really cheaply if you want to. You know, there's that mantra, wet shaving saves money. Well, no, not the way we wet shave. I haven't saved any money, and I'm frugal by nature. But you could, if you wanted to, and you could conceivably do this type of shaving, which is much better than any other kind. Wet shaving in general, I don't mean just a DE. I happen to like straights more than any other kind, but I digress. But you could conceivably wet shave for like $3 or $4 a month if you really wanted to do it that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to have a ton of different products. You don't have to have very expensive things. We stop and think about that little Marvy brush I just used. That is, most guys on the forums would probably look at that brush and laugh until they fell down and broke their leg or something like that. If you actually suggested either they use that brush or this brush or they consider it to be a main shaving implement. And hey, I'd probably be one of those guys. I like my smokes. I like that. I like the cheap Pure Badger brush I got as well. But I like the different razors. I like all of this kind of stuff. But I learned early on there is a tendency to spend a lot more money than we really have to. This blade reminds me of another blade. I can't remember what it is now. Comfort coated. While I don't think that I'm getting irritation right now, I can tell you that the way this blade feels when I shave, the way it feels cutting the whiskers, at least for me and this razor, it has a tendency, it has the ability to cause a bit of irritation if I were to push this blade, use a lot of pressure. Or maybe even if I were to push the blade past its prime, maybe use it one too many times. But it's a decent middle of the road type of blade, not dull. It's fairly sharp, but it's a bit harsh. Your mileage may vary, but it feels a bit harsh to me. But I'm getting, I think, a good shave out of it. And like I said, it's not irritating me, but I can tell there's a harshness to the edge that that could end up causing me some irritation if I'm not careful. Love this razor. Thinking about maybe getting another handle for it. I paired it up with my Tech, my fat handle Tech handle recently, and I like the handling characteristics of it. The fatter handle and the fat handle Tech really makes a difference in this razor that I really like. So now I'm thinking about trying to find a short fat handle similar to the fat handle Tech to use on this razor. Of course, I could still keep using my fat handle Tech handle, and I may, but I really like to have a gold handle to match my razor. I'll have to look and see what's available. I know there are guys that are making handles, but I think a lot of them are stainless steel. I may try look into maybe having that Tech plated in gold, and then I could switch the handle back and forth between the heads all I wanted. Another option that I plan to try on that razor is a little Bakelite handle, the Tech razor here, this Tech Bakelite Tech. I really like this. The handle is very light and it makes the razor head heavy, and this thing shaves like a dream. It gets really close and comfortable. It defies what most people think of as a shave from a Tech, and it's because of that heavier, the weight distribution, I believe. And so I may try it with this. The The new might be even just a bit heavier than this head. You never know. That could end up being a really nice pairing. Or it could end up being a, ooh, I shouldn't have done that pairing. You know, just depends. But anyway, good shave. Nice and close, but I've got a lot of irritation right here and right along here. My neck is burning pretty good. And I didn't use any pressure on that razor, so I'm assuming that this blade, the harshness of this blade, just, my face doesn't like it. I'll give it a few more tries to see later on. I never get rid of something the first try unless I have, like with a soap, I had a cream that caused a reaction on my face, and that's obvious that I understand that, you know, that's not a cream to use anymore. So, but otherwise, I like to give things a chance. So, Pinaud Clubman, never even opened this bottle yet, never smelled it, don't know what I'm gonna, whether I'm gonna like it. Okay, I have heard it said that this stuff smells like brood. Well, I kind of get, wow, just an explosion of burn on my face, a lot of irritation from that blade. I have heard them, and I get the brood, it's almost, but they say that this, and it's Avon Wild Country, was patterned after that. And I get it, because it's a really, to me, that's a really close approximation of Pinaud Clubman. And the thing of it is that this Wild Country has always been a good favorite aftershave of mine. Avon wants like $15 for, I don't know how many ounces, probably 4 or 5 ounces, maybe, I don't know. They want $14.95 for it. That right there smells almost exactly like it. I really like the Clubman. Sorry I waited so long to try it. This joins the rest of my aftershaves as good aftershaves that I really like, and I think I'm gonna come to like the Clubman even more the more that I use it. That's my shave. You guys have kept saying, you know, Pinaud Clubman, you know, you were right. It is fading even right now on my face. It's changing to a kind of a powdery scent, but it doesn't have the Avon Wild Country goes real powdery. This is not quite doing that, and absolutely good aftershave. All right, God bless you. I will see you on the shaving forums and the social networking sites, and thanks for joining me in my shave. And look, if you're looking for things like barbicide, or they sell a limited bit of DE blades. They had derbies, and they had some Feather Pro blades and stuff like that. If you're looking for that, that's a local source for things like that. You guys are using shavettes and stuff like that. There's a local, they've got the shavette blades and all that there. So that's a local source for that. Anyway, like I said, God bless you. Thanks for joining me and sharing the shave with me, and I will check you later. Oh, and by the way, if you've not tried Pinaud Clubman, I recommend it. Bless you. Later.